Okay, guys, let's begin today's session. Again, good evening to all of you, and welcome to Stock Durbar with Team William in India. And before we start the session, so there are some hawkish New Year greetings from the US Fed chairman. So we have to accept it, all of us. Even market accepted it today, the hawkish New Year greetings. Not only the Indian market, but the global market as well. So yeah. देयर वाज अ गैप डाउन ओपनिंग बट एक बार गैप डाउन ओपनिंग के बाद ओपनिंग में जो ये 50-100 पॉइंट का मूवमेंट हुआ उसके बाद पूरा दिन वो प्रीमियम खाते रहे दैट्स व्हाट हैपेंड टुडे ओके देयर वाज नो मोमेंटम एनी साइड इवन 100 पॉइंट का रेंज नहीं था आफ्टर आई थिंक 10-10:30 के बाद में 100 पॉइंट का भी रेंज नहीं था बाजार में इट वाज अ वेरी स्मॉलर रेंज a tight range in which market was trading. There were very selective stocks that were doing well. Okay, the others were getting beaten down. थोड़ा टेक्निकल डैमेज भी देखने को मिला काफी सारे स्टॉक्स में. So there was some signal that we got in yesterday's session जब हम 21 और 50 DMA के नीचे बंद हुए थे. We closed near the day's low. Today there was a gap down opening as you can see below 24K. So 950 के 20 पॉइंट इधर 20 पॉइंट उधर में हमने आज पूरा दिन खत्म कर दिया. Okay, after that gap down obviously. So that's what happened during the day today. Not a good sign. There was a good chance that दो बार ऐसा हुआ था कि मार्केट इंट्राडे बहुत नीचे गया था. 1 दिसंबर के स्टार्टिंग में यहाँ पे हुआ था जब बहुत हाई वॉलेटिलिटी थी थर्सडे को. ठीक है, थर्सडे के बाद लास्ट फ्राइडे these two sessions were very different. Okay, there were a lot of questions being raised on who is doing this, क्यों कर रहे हैं, कितना ये रिटेलर को ये प्रॉब्लम है, वो प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है इससे. सो दैट ऑल आर रेगुलेटरी इश्यूज. ओके, एंड या रेगुलेटरी इश्यूज से मेक वन थिंग क्लियर that it's a clear disclaimer, whatever we discuss today, please do not consider it as an investment advice. ओके, सो व्हाटएवर लेवल्स वी डिस्कस, आपके स्टॉक्स के जो क्वेश्चन होंगे उसके हम रिप्लाई करेंगे, हम कुछ इंडेक्स पे डिस्कस करेंगे, बट दैट इज ओनली फॉर द एजुकेशनल पर्पस. ओके, सो यस. तो बहुत सारे डिस्कशंस हुए बट वी आर नॉट गोइंग इनटू दैट, वो सब क्या हुआ. मेन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज कि जो वॉलेटिलिटी इतनी ज्यादा हुई थी उस दिन, दोनों दिन मार्केट डेज हाई पे बंद हुआ था. नीचे से 300 400 500 पॉइंट रिकवर होके बंद होना, दैट इज समथिंग वेरी पॉजिटिव. बट हम उसको भी होल्ड नहीं कर पाए. द होप, और यू कैन से द प्रोबेबिलिटी रादर, मार्केट होप पे चलाने से अच्छा है एनालिसिस और प्रोबेबिलिटी पे चले. तो एनालिसिस और प्रोबेबिलिटी ये कहते हैं कि जो ये लोस थे वो ब्रीच नहीं होने चाहिए आसानी से, बट आज कल ब्रीच भी हो गए, आज फिर से हुए और वहां पे नीचे बंद हो गए हम लोग. राइट. अभी नेक्स्ट क्या, ये बात की भाई चलो हो गया, ये फेड ने जो भी विश किया न्यू ईयर जैसे भी वो एक अलग पॉइंट है, बट व्हाट टू डू नेक्स्ट. सो सी, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज यूएस के मार्केट को भी हमारे एनालिस्ट ने अभी डाउन ट्रेंड में डाला है. सो द यूएस मार्केट इज शिफ्टेड टू डाउन ट्रेंड, सॉरी अप ट्रेंड अंडर प्रेशर. डाउन ट्रेंड में अभी नहीं गया है, वहां पे अंडर प्रेशर में हमने कल रात को शिफ्ट किया है एक्शन के बाद. इंडियन मार्केट देखो तो अभी 23,800 पे एक अच्छा सपोर्ट है, 200 डीए में है. लास्ट टाइम भी 200 डे में के अराउंड अच्छा सपोर्ट मिला था. आई थिंक सिर्फ एक दिन हम 21 नवंबर को उसके नीचे बंद रहे थे, वहां से एक फिर से एक स्ट्रॉन्ग रिवर्सल देखने को मिला था हमें. एंड सो 200 डे में एक सॉलिड सपोर्ट है. अगर पास्ट में भी आप देखें, इवन मैं वीकली चार्ट ये देखता हूँ, तो मेजर 200 डे में ब्रीच तो लास्ट टाइम 2022 में हुआ था. ठीक है, 2 साल से हुआ नहीं है. जुलाई 2022 में हमने 200 डीए में, या फिर 40 वीक मूविंग एवरेज, ये जो ब्लैक लाइन है वो 40 वीक मूविंग एवरेज है, उसको हमने रिक्लेम किया. एंड फ्रॉम देयर वी आर डूइंग इट रियली वेल. देयर वाज अ पैचेस 1-2 वीक के लिए थोड़ा नीचे गए थे, बट वी डिडंट वेंट मोर देन अ परसेंट, 2% 3% बिलो द 10 वीक मूविंग एवरेज. 2-3% ही नीचे गए थे हम लोग. राइट. अगर वो एपिसोड निकाल दो, वो मार्च 23 से लेके अभी, तो एक बार भी वीकली क्लोजिंग नहीं आया है 40 वीक मूविंग एवरेजेस के नीचे. सो इट्स वेरी पॉजिटिव, इट हैज बीन रियली गुड सपोर्ट. एंड Hope this time also, most likely it might find a good support over there as well. Okay. Okay, so that is one thing. So on the downside, the level is very clear. Uh, Let me tell you, 23,800 is the first level to watch on the downside. Okay, 23.8K. Right. And the second level to watch out is this recent low, which it made 23,263. So 23,250, 23,800. ये दो level है, 23,800, 23,250. That is what on the downside you need to watch out for the December series. think उसके नीचे हम भी मार्केट को डाउन ट्रेंड करेंगे। अगर 23,260 के नीचे इंडेक्स एक भी दिन या इंट्राडे भी गया, देन वी विल शिफ्ट मार्केट टू अ डाउन ट्रेंड। अभी हम रैली अटेम्प्ट में है, राइट। ऑन द हायर साइड, आई थिंक व्हाट वी वांट इज कि 21 और 50 रिक्लेम कर ले। 21 इज अराउंड 24,300, 50 इज अराउंड 23,360। सो ब्रॉडली 24,400 के ऊपर एक बार हमको क्लोज मिल जाता है, then it will be first sign of positivity, second sign will be 24,850। तो ऊपर भी दो लेवल, नीचे भी दो लेवल मैंने बता दिए, if you want to note again, 23 or so yeah, 23,800 on the downside, right, and 24,400 on the upside. These are the first levels. Second level downside में 23,260 और higher side में 24,850। Okay, so this was about the Nifty। इंडिया में वैसे देखा जाए तो अर्निंग सीजन वाला जो Q2 थोड़ा वीकनेस था, वो करेक्शन तो हो गया है खत्म, ठीक है। अभी हम इसीलिए थोड़ा स्टेबल ट्रेड कर रहे हैं कंपेयर टू द ग्लोबल मार्केट। कल के एक्शन को हमने इतना भी नेगेटिवली नहीं लिया। नाउ आई थिंक वी आर पार्ट ऑफ द ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी, तो एक इम्पैक्ट तो इंडिया पर रहेगा। तो जब तक ग्लोबल इश्यूज रहेंगे, यूएस मार्केट में बॉन्ड यील्ड के इश्यूज रहेंगे, इवन कल रेट कट के बाद उनका जो 10 ईयर है उसमें इंक्रीज हुआ, ठीक है। प्लस अपना करेंसी है वो थोड़ा काफी वीक हो गया है। सो $1 इज नाउ मोर देन 85 रुपीज, ठीक है। तो वहां पे भी एक थोड़ा डिटोरेशन हुआ है इंडियन करेंसी में भी। सो दैट ऑल थिंग विल अल्टीमेटली इम्पैक्ट the Indian markets. But if you see the way in H2, the government spending अभी धीरे धीरे बढ़ रहा है। You might be seeing a lot of orders are coming to the defense, to the railways, to the highways। जो H1 में जो एक कैपेक्स नहीं हुआ था, गवर्नमेंट की साइड से एक्सपेंस नहीं हुआ था, वो अभी होना शुरू हो गया है। इवन आरबीआई की जो अभी की रिसेंट मीटिंग थी, उन्होंने एक बहुत पॉजिटिव चीज बोली कि Q2 के एंडिंग में उन लोगों ने वो साइंस देखे थे। सो आरबीआई गॉट दोस फ्यू साइंस दैट ओके नाउ गवर्नमेंट स्पेंडिंग इज गेटिंग बैक टू नॉर्मल। सो आई थिंक दोज ऑल थिंग्स विल ब्रॉडली हेल्प द इंडियन मार्केट। सो आई थिंक दीज आर नेक्स्ट 400 500 पॉइंट इज वेरी क्रूशियल, and let's see what happens from there. Let's take few sectors and then we start with your stock queries. So yes, Nifty Bank एक अच्छा मोमेंटम में था। निफ्टी बैंक रिसेंटली इट लॉस्ट इट्स मोमेंटम। आई थिंक टुडे आल्सो निफ्टी बैंक वाज वन ऑफ द टॉप लूजर। ओके, इट हैज ब्रीच इट्स 50 डीएम। अगर इसका 50 डीएम में हम आज देखें तो 51,920 के अराउंड था, एंड 58,550, सो ऑलमोस्ट 300-400 पॉइंट हम नीचे बंधा है 50 डे में से बैंक निफ्टी में, विच इज नॉट गुड। सो फॉर बैंक निफ्टी 50,000 to 50,400 is a very strong support, क्योंकि लास्ट यहाँ पे अगर एनोटेशन देखो तो just a second, so if I annotate over here, this has been a 50 DMA has been a very good support, okay, a solid one, 50,000 and 200 DM। So both are very close। वैसे देखा जाए तो 500-700 पॉइंट के अंदर ही है। So we think that this might give a very good support again to Bank Nifty on the downside। We closed around 51,575। So इसमें भी 1,000 पॉइंट जितना जगह है, निफ्टी में भी 300-400 पॉइंट का इनिशियल एक 150 पॉइंट का जगह है, एंड देन टुवर्ड्स द 23,300। ओके, सो the results were like mixed one for the banking stocks this time, but broadly there was no major issue. So let's see how the things play off from here now. If you look at few other sectors, metals were under pressure. मेटल 200 डीए में फिर से ब्रीच कर गया एक बार यहाँ पे। थोड़ा मोमेंटम बना था मेटल में, बट एवरीथिंग, तो चाइना का स्टिम्युलस का प्रॉब्लम हुआ यहाँ पे, कर्नाटक गवर्नमेंट ने कुछ टैक्सेस बढ़ा दिया तो उसकी वजह से एनएमडीसी जेएसडब्ल्यू उस पे कल बहुत प्रेशर आ गया था। इवन नाउ द ग्लोबल सिनेरियोज जिस तरह से रेट कट कम होने का चांसेस 2025 में 4 की बजाय अभी 2 का प्रोबेबिलिटी हो गया, उसमें भी जनवरी का तो 0 हो गया है प्रोबेबिलिटी। मार्च में कुछ 30 40 50% जितना प्रोबेबिलिटी है यूएस में रेट कट का। एंड देन द थिंग शिफ्ट टू मे, और बीच में बहुत सारे डेटाज आ जाएंगे, इंडिया का बजट आ जाएगा, सो देर इज लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स दैट विल कम इन बिटवीन, बट ब्रॉडली मेटल इंडेक्स अभी काफी प्रेशर में है यहाँ पे। तो जब तक ये फिर से 200 डीए में, या फिर जो रिसेंटली लास्ट वीक हाई बनाया था दिसंबर में अराउंड 9600, वो रिक्लेम नहीं कर लेता, तब तक थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम रह सकता है मेटल इंडेक्स में। एफएमसीजी अटेम्प्ट मार रहा है बट रिकवर नहीं हो रहा है। आई थिंक डबल बॉटम टाइप्स एक स्ट्रक्चर बनाया तो है इसने यहाँ पे, यू कैन सी 55 400 500 के अराउंड। और ये रिवर्सल भी बहुत अच्छा था जो December 13 वाला था। सो आई थिंक अगर इसके ऊपर हम रहते हैं देन देर आर चांसेस के एफएमसीजी स्टॉक्स में यहाँ से एक छोटा सा अप ट्रेंड देखने को मिले। एंड द फर्स्ट लेवल विल बी द 200 डीएमए और द 50 डीएमए, एंड देन इफ वी रिक्लेम दैट लेवल then we might see some good momentum over here। काफी करेक्ट हो चुका है ऑलरेडी, 66,000 के ऊपर था और वहां से 56,000 55,000 आ गया है अभी। there is a huge festive season that was in the last month, the Diwali and all the the New Year, the Christmas saga in this month, and a lot of marriage, big huge marriage season in India। देर इज एस्टिमेट कि 45 50 लाख मैरिजेस होने वाले ये 2 से 3 महीने में। सो दैट ऑल विल इम्पैक्ट द कंजम्पशन एंड एफएमसीजी सेक्टर एज वेल। सो लेट्स सी हाउ द करंट क्वार्टर रिजल्ट कम्स एंड व्हाट आर द आउटलुक फॉर द ओवरऑल H2 और मे बी द Q4। उस पे बहुत डिपेंडेंट रहेगा कि हाउ विल द एफएमसीजी परफॉर्म फ्रॉम हियर। ओके, निफ्टी आईटी। सो आईटी में एक बहुत ही तगड़ा मोमेंटम था। इट इज ट्रेडिंग नियर इट्स ऑल टाइम हाई। राइट, टुडे देयर वाज सम बिट ऑफ प्रेशर इन द आईटी स्टॉक्स, इवन द यूएस में नास्डेक में सॉलिड प्रेशर था। द मेन रीजन बीइंग कि अगर वहां पे रेट कट नहीं होता है और जो एक्सपेक्टेशंस है कि टेक्नोलॉजी पे स्पेंड्स करेंगी वहां की कंपनी ट्रम्प आने के बाद, टैक्स कट के बाद, रेट कट के बाद, ठीक है, तो वहां पे एक थोड़ा मोमेंटम लूज होता हुआ दिख सकता है। बट टू अर्ली टू से कि कितना इम्पेक्ट आएगा, क्योंकि देखो रेट कट ऑलरेडी हो चुका है कल। ऐसा नहीं है कि कल उन्होंने नहीं किया, यस्टरडे दे डिड द रेट कट। ओके, एंड व्हाट दे हैव गिवन एस्टिमेशन कि शायद 2025 में 4 25 पिप्स की जगह हम 2 ही करें। बट देर वॉज अ मिक्स सिग्नल, ऐसा भी नहीं था कि वही करेंगे, बट या देर वॉज अ मिक्स सिग्नल, तो थोड़ा एक नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट आज हमको यहाँ पे देखने को मिला। बट 21 डीएमए कैन एक्ट एज अ गुड सपोर्ट फॉर द आईटी स्टॉक्स। सो नाउ लेट्स गो टू योर क्वेश्चंस, एंड इन बिटवीन अगर कुछ सेक्टर्स डिस्कस करना होगा तो करेंगे। लेट्स नॉट टेक मोर टाइम over here। So the floor is open, and in the room, my colleague Rajshekar and Vakar have joined. So we three of us will try to answer as many queries as possible. We will try to go in sequence. It's a live session. Sometimes we miss few things. So please don't keep on repeating them because scrolling back in the chat box and replying becomes a bit tough. So just ask your queries once. We will try to answer as many as possible.
Thanks, Rushit. I'll be starting with queries. Yes, we'll start with Anant Raj. The stock has been broken out recently. What is the stage count? Yes, I can see the details of the base pattern. It's a stage 4 consolidation base pattern. The base formation has been good. Volumes have come down, and when the stock tried to break out, the volumes increased, which is a very good sign of strong breakout. On weekly chart as well, you can see the trend has been very good on the positive side. Continuously, the stock has been holding its 50 DMA and continuously rising higher and higher. And RS line has been hitting the blue dots as well, indicating very good strength in the stock. If you talk about the ratings, starting with fundamental ratings, EPS of 93 is a very good rating, indicating a very strong fundamental character. It is consistently reporting a double-digit growth rate in terms of sales and profits, a very good sign of growing company, which is what we look into. Technical ratings are also looking very good. Price strength is at 91 and buyer demand is at A. And one more aspect which is very good in this company is the number of funds section as well has attracted nearly 26% higher funds have been added during the last quarter. Very good sign. Only concern is a slightly late stage base. It's a stage 4 base. That is one concern. Otherwise, it's a very good stock on most of the parameters. That is needs to be kept in mind while going for adding. Next, we can look into is HDFC Bank. The stock has broken out recently from stage 1 flat base, but it has come down from the breakout and it is under pressure. But the volumes have completely dried up in the last 2 weeks. But it breached its short-term moving averages and 50 DMA is still being held by the company. But which is not a good sign if you look at the current price volume action. Ratings are also not so strong. EPS is fair enough, but RS has taken a hit because of recent underperformance, and the company is not able to generate adequate growth in terms of profits, especially the sales growth has been adequate enough in the double digit growth, but the profits have not been reflected majorly because of NPS and provisioning the company is providing. But overall, one of the leading private sector bank, the growth story will be intact with the India's growth. But let's see the amount of returns if can expecting from HDFC will be on the lower side because of the overall market cap of the company.
Thanks, Raj. Vakar, I'll take some queries. Can you give me Indo Tech transformer? Indo Tech. Indo Tech transformer. Yes. Thank you. So as Rushit is pointing out, it's a very late stage base, stage 5 base, and the other worrying matter is that fund holding is very less, and that too decreasing, which is not a good sign. And so, because two factors, considering the I factor and also a late stage base, which is not working for the overall canceling criteria for us. Uh, so that is the main issue. But if someone is holding it from a prior breakout and is already invested into the stock, you can clearly see that the stock is, getting good support around the 21 DMA. Till the point in time 21 DMA is not breached, you can keep holding on to the stock. Once 21 DMA is breached, and if it's breached on higher volumes, you can definitely look at profit booking and trimming down your position, at least since a late stage base is always prone to failure. And new entry into the stock is definitely not advised, majorly because of two reasons. Late stage basis, we'd want the stage count to get reset. Two, fund holding to at least reach to 10. So that is our basic criteria for canceling. And since those two major criteria are not getting fulfilled, and even there is some expected some liquidity issues as well because of the ASM surveillance list. Uh, Mr. Rajiv, I mean, even now I was explaining about a stage 5 base. So in Anant Raj, it was forming a stage 4 base. So what we say at William O'Neill is that base formations are ideally important. Early stage base formations such as stage 1, 2, and even 3 have higher chances of success. Once stage 4 count or even higher starts getting formed, these are the times where uh, stocks tend to get extended, and those are the times when you can see deep corrections happening. If any kind of market corrections happen, then late stage bases are the one, that is stage 4 or higher, for them to get beaten down. So that is our take. So Mr. Narayan, you can just click on the base and you can see the stage count there, and fund holding increase decrease you can see in the summary column, and there you can see a number of funds holding and shares held by funds. We'll look at Jyoti CNC, then Bondada Engineering. Yeah, Jyoti CNC. Thank you. So the stock has broken out, now come back into the base. Uh, just a second. And it has come back into the base, and that has been majorly because of markets being under pressure for the last 3 to 4 days. If you talk about the entire week markets is under pressure, and that is why you can see less number of stocks breaking out successfully. If you look at fundamentally, there is no issue with the fundamental growth story of the stock. Last 2 quarter results have been very good. I mean, since in terms of the listing of the company, and this is the first base that is getting formed. Very well, perfect or near to perfect base. You can see on the left side when the stock was falling, volumes had completely dried out, and on the right hand side, you can see good accumulation coming in. Even when the stock was broke out, you can see an blue dot getting formed. That is the RS line hitting new high. Uh, Buyer demand, price strength, everything very good. Fund holding increasing in high double digits, which is also a good sign. So someone who's bought the stock at the breakout can definitely keep, because it was a good high volume breakout, and hopefully the stock will find support near the 21 DMA if the selling persists. If the stock is probably able to re-break out on again on above average volume, then definitely the conviction with the stock will increase. New entry if it comes back into the buying range, or probably if a re-breakout happens, and if your research suggests or your investment advisor suggests, then definitely can have a look at the stock. It is a good stock to keep in your radar. The next we can look at it is Bondada Engineering. Sorry, what was the stage count? Stage 2, so not a late stage base. And the stock is 14% to pivot. I mean, if you look at every uh, satisfying very well on the canceling parameters overall. In between, there was some liquidity issues, some ASM surveillance lists as well. But after, I mean, currently I feel it's not there and it's removed. But the only thing is that someone holding from a prior breakout is definitely sitting on a good gains. and can sit on the gains, keeping maybe the 50 DMA on the conservative side as a stop loss level, or even the 200 DMA if your risk appetite persists. But new entry till the point in time a breakout does not happen, should definitely avoid. And till the point in time, have a look at the overall business model and the fundamentals for the company.
Yeah. So let's take Newgen now. So even in the weak market today, when the IT was also the struggling, so yeah, this one performed really well, but it's a stage 6 too high base. It has been one of the multi-bagger, if you can see. Weekly chart में भी अगर देखें तो after making bottom around end of 2022, so 23 and 24 both the years, stock has given exceptional return, 10x from the low, if you can say. Yeah, it's 10x from the low. 23 was the best, and there was a follow-up buying in the year 2024, 2024 as well. Okay, so if you are holding the stock, you should continue to hold it, or you can continue to hold it. Right, it has a good ROE of 21%. The fund holding is still increasing on a higher base. Okay, the EPS strength, the price strength, it's like super quality stock. The only thing is high stage base है, तो fresh entry में थोड़ा ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. Ideally avoid करना चाहिए विलियम ओनील की मेथड के हिसाब से. But if you feel that you still want to chase it, then you need to be very careful with your stop losses, because these are very risky. Like high stage basis में रिटर्न इतना जनरेट नहीं होता जितना इनिशियल स्टेजेस में होता है. Right, so otherwise there's no problem. If you are holding 50 DMA का around, या फिर recent lows जो अभी हैंडल में बना था, which was somewhere around, yes, 1390 1400, वहां पे एक स्टॉप लॉस रख के काम कर सकते हो. The next one is Marine Electric. Stage 6 breakout, again a higher stage breakout. If you can see on the weekly, a continuous run from just 20 30 rupees stock 2 3 years back. It is now almost 300 cross 330 40 rupees stock. So huge rally over here. The fundamentals does support the EPS rank, price trend, buyer demand is still robust A plus. But I think these are the stocks which will be mostly in the surveillance. इसमें सर्किट फिल्टर छोटा 10% का होगा, आई थिंक सो. बीच में तो ये था, यहाँ पे 5% का ही सर्किट फिल्टर था. सो इट्स अ रिस्की. लिक्विडिटी थोड़ा कंसर्न रह सकता है इसमें. बाकी फंड होल्डिंग, रिजल्ट्स, रेटिंग्स, एवरीथिंग इज सुपर. जस्ट वन थिंग अगेन, इट्स अ हाई स्टेज 6 स्टेज बेस. और यहाँ पे अगर मार्केट में करेक्शन आता है और थोड़ा यहाँ पे fall आता है, then it can be a bit on the sharper side whenever the stage is very high. Right. So now let's take one more, Capacite Infra. Uh, Disclaimer again that this is the part of our model portfolio, and we are holding it since last 3 to 4 weeks and sitting on a decent gain in the relatively weak market. So yeah, it's a very quality stock, Capacity Infra, and the fundamentals, if you see, has been robust. Okay, the EPS rating has been solid. The buyer demand is excellent. So they are one of the leading player, which helps in construction of the वेरी हाई स्टोरी बिल्डिंग्स, हाई राइज बिल्डिंग्स में इनका बहुत बड़ा मार्केट है. ये उनके कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स और कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम करते हैं. गवर्नमेंट प्राइवेट दोनों सेक्टर से इतना काम आता है. बड़ी बड़ी बिल्डिंग्स अगर आपने देखी होगी, लोटा ब्रिगेड की, गोदरेज की, सो देर आर हाई चांसेस के वो बनाने में कैपेसिटी इंफ्रा का हाथ हो सकता है. सो इट्स अ वेरी गुड स्टोरी. Solid fundamentals. You look at the RS rating with the blue dots. So we are quite confident on the story of the stock. Right, it is trading above buy zone, so fresh entry not suggested over here. On the downside, 21 or 50 DMA should be used as a stop loss level. Okay, but then it depends on the volume with which it is falling and a lot of things. But as of now, we are quite positive on the overall story as well as the technicals of the stock.
Thanks, Rishit. I'll take few queries now. We can start with Reliance Industries. Reliance has been under pressure. You can see here it has been it reached its moving averages. Currently, it is in a downward trajectory. That is why its technical ratings have also taken a hit. RS rating has come down to 14, indicating underperformance of the stock. Fundamental ratings have also gone down because of the recent quarter earnings not so good. The company is not able to generate profit growth in the last 3 quarters. So there are multiple reasons for it. And in terms from the canceling methodology perspective, there is no base formation and it is a laggard in the current market. So it's not advised to take fresh entry at this moment. If you are holding it already, question is to whether to hold or exit. Please exit it at the current market price and look out for stocks which are leading the current market, which are forming right side of the base or breaking out from the bases. Next, we can look into is persistent. This is in reverse to the Reliance which we discussed now. The momentum is on the positive side, just like the Newgen software. This company has also done very good recently. It has been completely outperformer for the last 1 year or so. And currently it is trading at new all-time highs as well. Technical ratings, fundamental ratings are very good as well. But the only problem is there is no base formation from the cancel methodology. Ideally, we would wait for the base formation and take a decision whether to initiate position or not. But that is not happening in this current in this stock. Let's wait for the stock to take a breather. It would not go continuously higher and higher. It will definitely take a breather and form some sort of base pattern. That is when you start initiating positions in the stock. And if you have already taken the position, you can track its moving averages. 50 DMA has acted as a very good support recently. So that level can be kept as a stop loss going forward. Next is a five-star business. Formed a base pattern cup with handle previously, and now it is forming a very long consolidation base pattern. And if you look at from the onset, it's not ideal base formation. The depth has been very higher. It's not a very good sign. And ratings wise, the technicals have taken a hit because of uh, November month. It has been under pressure. The stock has fallen sharply on higher volumes. That is when its RS line has come down and RS rating has come down as well. It is in the recovery mode currently after a consolidation around 620, 650 level. Currently, it is in the recovery mode and it has reclaimed its 200 EMA as well. But it is a very long way to go for the stock to break out from here. Still 21% from the pivot levels. And given the base formation, which is not so ideal, we would not entertain these kind of base patterns for addition. Apart from that, technicals have taken a hit. We talked about it, but the fundamentals are still intact. That is one good sign. The sales have been consistently growing around 30 to 40% the last 5 to 6 quarters. And the profits are also growing at the similar pace, around 30 to 40%. So very good growth rate in terms of sales and profits. Number of funds section has also seen a very good improvement, around 25% of newly funds have taken positions, very good sign. So, but on the technicals, it's not a good stock to consider at the current moment.
Thanks, Raj. Vakarya, I'll take some queries from you. So we'll take KFin Tech, then Fortis Hospital. The stock has broken out well from the last base, which is double bottom base, and even today's the move is very good, around 7.5% on volumes, very high volumes. RS line hitting a blue dot, probably in the ideal profit booking zone at this moment. And so definitely, I mean, in terms of all canceling factors, it is working very well. So, I mean, banking on the recent growth in terms of the retail growth in the Indian stock market is what the company is banking on. New accounts getting the new demat accounts getting created, which is probably at a good all-time high at this moment, and that is why the momentum story with the stock continues to remain good. In terms of technically very strong. Ideally, it is near a profit booking zone. So if your risk reward persists, then should kind of trim down a little bit of profits here. In terms of, if you look at uh, uh, the ideal support from here will be the 21 DMA, and that is a take. And new entry or fresh entry into the stock is not advised at this moment, because it is trading well above the pivot and well above above all key moving averages as well. So next will be Fortis Hospital. Thank you. So the stock is still trading around 33% from pivot at this moment, and it is trading pretty close to the 50 DMA at this moment. The last few days fall was on lower volumes, so maybe the stock will find support around the 50 DMA. Because the volumes have kind of dried up, it's not that very high. So hopefully there should be a support around the 50 DMA. Even if you look at the entire rally from the previous base, couple of times it found support at the 50 DMA. So there is high chance that it might find support at the 50 DMA as well. So new entry into at this moment is not advised. Someone holding the stock can definitely hold till the point in time 50 DMA is intact. One new entry or an alternate entry if your research suggests and even the risk reward persists for you. If it finds support at the 50 DMA and rebounds from there on good volumes, then can have a look for an alternate entry. But before that, definitely not. And sorry. Next we can look at it is ARV Smart. So fundamentals have been weak for the stock for the last couple of quarters, and that is why the stock is kind of consolidating sideways last couple of months. But the good part is that even during the consolidation or during the down phase, volumes had dried up. Major times the stock found support at the 50 DMA, and the stock is trading 16% above pivot. So ideally, fresh entry into the stock is definitely not advised. let's hope that the fundamental momentum comes back into the stock in terms of the earnings, because the EPS strength has also deteriorated to 53. Overall, other ratings continue to remain good. Someone holding the stock, if 50 DMA gets breached on above average volumes, can think about exiting the stock. Next, we'll look at it is Coromandel. So, formed a stage 2 flat B base, as you can see, and it's kind of trading in the ideal buy zone at this moment, but fundamentals have weakened out, as you can see the last 4 5 quarter results. So I mean, technicals are still kind of, but fundamentals are not. So even with the stock being in the buy zone, can be considered as an avoid. Someone who's already holding on to the stock can keep the 50 DMA as a stop loss zone, even because it is the 50 DMA is ideally in the ideal stop loss zone as well. Fresh entry into the stock is not advised at this moment because of weak fundamentals in the last 4 to 5 quarters.
Okay, so there are a few questions related to Nifty Pharma. So this has been an outperformer even today. Overall, there was a good rally if you see in the Nifty Pharma, but recently it had breached its 50 DMA in October, and then it has formed a bit structure like a small sort of inverted head and shoulder types. If you can see over here, just below the 50 DMA, it fell. It again tried to rebound, but now it's again consolidating below the 50 DML level. So broadly अभी देखा जाए तो setup अच्छा है इसका, and if you can see the 50 DMA is around 22,523. So once we get a close above this level, let me check the close today because I think today's candle might not be updated still in the chart. There's some issue, but if you see the Nifty Pharma level, it closed around 22,697. So yes, it has reclaimed the 50 DMA and it has closed well above its 50 DMA level. A solid strength था इसमें. So now you can consider this in a very positive zone. तो यहाँ से एक फार्मा में हमको एक रैली देखने को मिल सकती है. 22,000 से लेके ये 50 डीएमए वाला जोन है, वो एक अच्छा सपोर्ट है निफ्टी फार्मा में. राइट. सी टू थिंग, एक बीच में एक नेगेटिव खबर आई थी कि जो बायोलॉजिक्स वाला है वहां पे जो बिल है यूएस में कि चाइना में नहीं जाने चाहिए बायोलॉजिकल डेटा. सो वहां पे एक थोड़ा रोक लगा है अभी. इट इज नॉट कैंसर्ड बट उसकी वजह से जो इंडिया में कुछ सीडीएमओ स्टॉक्स में एक बहुत मोमेंटम आने का वो था, वहां पे एक थोड़ा पॉज आया है. बट ब्रॉडली इफ यू सी द ऑर्डर्स, जिस तरह से यूएस और यूरोप से ग्रोथ मिल रहा है, ठीक है, सारे ड्रग्स में, एवरी टाइप ऑफ ड्रग्स एपीआईज, दैट इज रियली गुड. ओके, द मार्जिन्स आर नाउ गेटिंग एक्सपैंडेड, एफिशिएंसी बढ़ रही है कंपनीज की. सो ओवरऑल फार्मा इज इन गुड स्पॉट. भाव भी मिल रहा है. आई थिंक लास्ट 1 or 2 years बैक वी यूज टू ऑलवेज डिस्कस व्हेनेवर वी टॉक अबाउट द फार्मा के प्राइसिंग प्रेशर. कॉमन वर्ड हो गया था निफ्टी फार्मा के लिए. हर कोई वही बोलता था, भाई प्राइसिंग प्रेशर है यूएस में, डिमांड कम है, ठीक है, इन्वेंटरी भरी पड़ी है. बट अभी कुछ नहीं है. अभी प्राइसिंग प्रेशर भी इतना नहीं है, वहां पे इन्वेंटरी भी नहीं है खास कुछ, और ओवरऑल भी पॉजिटिव सेंटिमेंट है निफ्टी फार्मा के लिए. सो आई थिंक इट वेंट थ्रू अ गुड कंसोलिडेशन. अभी यहाँ से एक मोमेंटम में आ जाता है, देन वी माइट सी सम न्यू हाइज इन the pharma stock. But just remember, go with the leaders. Okay. So now next question is on Maharashtra Bank or Bank of Maharashtra. Um, it's a good quality bank. If you see the fundamentals, the ROE, the ratings have been really strong. Even the number of funds have increasing the stake. But टेक्निकली थोड़ा वीक है अभी देखा जाए तो. यहाँ पे एक ब्रेकआउट देने के बाद ये फेल हुआ. 50 डीएमए पे अटेम्प्ट किया 2 बार, बट अगेन वो ब्रीच करके अभी 200 डीएमए के नीचे है, इवन 50 के भी नीचे है. सो गिव इट सम टाइम. ठीक है, यहाँ पे लो वॉल्यूम पे करेक्शन देखने को मिला था. ओके, सम एक्यूमुलेशन ऑन द रिलेटिवली हायर वॉल्यूम, बट अभी फिर से एक थोड़ा हायर, रिलेटिवली हायर वॉल्यूम से सेलिंग देखने को मिला है। सो लेट द टेक्निकल सेटल। एक बार टेक्निकल सेटल हो गया, 200 डीएमए के ऊपर कुछ बेस बनाता है, उसके बाद इसमें एंट्री की जा सकती है। ओवरऑल इट्स लॉन्ग टर्म गुड स्टोरी, बट अभी के लिए टेक्निकली इट्स वीक। अभी देखो यहाँ पे इसने 52 रुपीज का जो लो था स्टेज 3 का, वो ब्रीच कर दिया है। सो अब यहाँ जब भी स्टेज बनेगा, इट विल बी अ फ्रेश स्टेज, काउंट वन, नंबर 1 स्टेज। ओके, सो वहां से ब्रेकआउट इज ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव। नेक्स्ट इफ वी लुक एट इज कैस्ट्रॉल। कैस्ट्रॉल इंडिया, डिसेंट फंडामेंटल्स, कोई इतना प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। लास्ट फ्यू क्वार्टर्स में सिंगल डिजिट्स ग्रोथ आया है सेल्स और ईपीएस में। आरओईज ऑफ 41, वेरी एक्सेलेंट। फंड होल्डिंग भी इंटेक्ट है, इसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। ओके, बाय डिमांड इज बी प्लस, बट टेक्निकली यहाँ पे भी एक प्रॉब्लम है। ट्रिपल टॉप जैसा यहाँ पे एक बार बनाया था इसने, ठीक है, ब्रेकआउट मिला था। अच्छा, ब्रेकआउट के बाद पावर टू पिवट हिट किया, फिर साइडवे मूवमेंट किया, फिर 280 के अराउंड एक ट्रिपल टॉप बना के वहां से 50 डीएम में ब्रिज किया, फिर 200, एंड नाउ इट इज स्ट्रगलिंग बिलो द की मूविंग एवरेज। अवॉइड, लाइक स्पेशली इन दिस मार्केट, डोंट ट्राई टू गो फॉर बॉटम फिशिंग, it might hurt your portfolio. Like for catching the falling knife, not a good idea here. Okay, one more from my side, Torrent Power. Good stock, फंडामेंटल्स आर डिसेंट। थोड़ा अभी जो ईपीएस ग्रोथ है वहाँ पे रेगुलरली एक इम्पैक्ट आ रहा है, बट ओवरऑल इट्स अ गुड लॉन्ग टर्म स्टोरी दैट्स बिल्डिंग अप। द टोरेंट इज इनटू renewable as well as non-renewable both, and the overall product portfolio is very good. The power demand in India itself is increasing, so every year you find a new higher and higher power demand coming in India. And the torrent has some of the good important cities and states that it covers. Okay, उनके काफी सारे नॉन रिन्यूएबल, रिन्यूएबल्स में भी एक अच्छा इनका बेस बनता जा रहा है। ब्रेकआउट वाज गुड, आई थिंक स्टेज 3 ब्रेकआउट था। आइडियल बाय जोन में पड़ा रहा एक आध महीना, बट वहां से एक सेल ऑफ आया। सो नाउ लेट्स वेट, लेट इट क्रॉस दिस 2000। ये फिर से पिवट है 1900, और यहाँ पे 2000 जो ये फंसता था 1900 2000 के बीच में, एक बार वो क्लियर हो जाए ना जोन, मार्केट ठीक हो जाए, मार्केट फिर से 50 डीएमए के ऊपर आ जाए, स्टेबल हो जाए, देन यू कैन लुक एट दिस वन। ओवरऑल फंड होल्डिंग्स भी बढ़ रहा है, बट इफ यू आर होल्डिंग द स्टॉक, यस, दैट इज 200 डीएमए, और ये 1486 इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये ब्रीच नहीं होना चाहिए। ओके, इवन इन द वीक मार्केट टुडे 200 डीएमए ने सपोर्ट दिया है, और लास्ट 4-5 सेशन से ज्यादा वॉल्यूम मिला आज, तो वो एक अच्छी बात है। तो अभी ये 1486 जो नवंबर का लो था, एंड आज 200 डीएमए, सो दीज टू आर इंपॉर्टेंट लेवल टू वॉच आउट फॉर द डाउन साइड। ऑन द फ्लिप साइड, एक बार 50 डीएमए यहाँ पे रिक्लेम कर लिया तो एक अच्छा मोमेंटम बन सकता
Thanks, Sushit. I'll take few queries. I'll start with KPR mills. It's a late stage base breakout. It's a stage 4D breakout. Recently, it broke out from the base pattern, and the volumes have been very higher, which is indicating a strong breakout. And if you look at the ratings, EPS is EPS and the price strength are both fair enough, but price strength is showing very good strength. And currently, it is improving, and the RS line has been forming blue dots, indicating the strength in the stock. Buyer demand is also good at A minus, indicating good amount of accumulation. You can see many blue towers that is on the volume section, and the base formation has also been good. Volumes stayed below average. Only concern is it's a late stage base, and it is also out of idle buy range. It is currently 9% above the pivot, not a good range to take positions. So that is one thing. And late stage basis another thing, two which are two factors which are waiting or avoiding us to take fresh entry. Next is EMS Limited. Okay, it is forming a stage 2 consolidation base pattern. It broke out recently and it is still trading in the ideal buy range, that is 0 to 5% from the pivot levels. The base formation has been very good. Volumes stayed significantly on the lower side, and during the right side of the base, the volumes increased, showing good signs of accumulation. A very good case study to look at for the ideal base formation. And ratings wise, if you look at EPS has been good at 81. Price strength and buyer demand, which are technical in nature, have also been very good because of stocks outperformance recently. So very good on the technical perspective and as well as on the fundamental perspective. Uh, Definitely you can give it a call or take a slight position of your capital can be invested and stop loss levels should be looked at while taking position as well. Strictly stop loss levels should be followed, otherwise your capital might come at risk. We can look into is next is Zomato. Again, a late stage base breakout. It's a stage 5 cup with handle base breakout. And after breaking out, it is not able to find the required momentum to take the stock higher from here. It is still trading very close to the pivot levels. So this is what happens when a stock breaks out from late stage base. That is one reason why we do not encourage late stage base breakouts for addition. Apart from that, it's a very good company, has turned profitable recently, and it is showing consistent growth in terms of sales. You can see 70 to 80% of sales growth for the last 5 to 6 quarters. Ratings have also been very good. Technicals, especially price strength, is at 83, and buyer demand is indicating good amount of accumulation. New funds have started to accumulate this stock as well. More than 12% of new funds have taken fresh position during the last quarter. So definitely after turning profitable, Zomato has been looking very good from the investment perspective. But only concern is it's a late stage base breakout.
Yeah, Raj. Vakar,
Sure.
take a block, please. So we'll go with Vascon Engineers first, and then JBM Auto and Zen Technologies. So today's action was kind of good, where the stock reclaimed its 50 DMA, but it has, because of weak results in the last couple of quarters, 3 quarters, the stock had created new lows of 49.70, and it has been in a downtrend for the last one. I'll say in a year or so, the stock has been in a downtrend, and it's not able to reclaim its recent highs. There's been a major problem. Price strength has gone to a weakest level of 6, which is not good. So someone holding into the stock, I mean, since today's action was good, maybe, I mean, going forward, if the stock reclaims 200 DMA, and some kind of upward momentum can happen. On the flip side, if 49.70 gets breached, then definitely can think about exiting the stock. New entry into the stock is not advised because of weak fundamentals and technicals both. Wait for fundamentals to improve, and even the stock to probably reclaim key moving averages and form a new base. Next, we can look at it is JBM Auto and Zen Technologies. Thank you. So again, very weak on technicals. price strength of 24, buy demand of C, and stock has, except creating the recent low, and after that the stock has shown signs of accumulation. Fundamentally, very strong. Last 4 5 quarter results have been very good, but the stock needs to probably reclaim its pivot, and the technicals needs to improve. Till the point in time, it would be very difficult to create a fresh entry. Ideally, the stock has reclaimed 50 DMA on good volumes and has found support at the 50 DMA as well. So if 50 DMA gets breached, someone who's holding on to the stock can think about exiting the stock. The next can be Zen Technologies. Zen Tech. The stock is doing very well, but it's a stage 4 base, what Roshit is pointing out. Someone's holding on to the stock. Since the stock is in an ideal profit booking zone, should think about trimming down, or booking out some profits. If not, since power to pivot would was hit, ideally could have held onto to the stock. But since it's a stage 4 base, maybe can think about trimming down onto the position. Uh, a new entry is not advised. Because the late stage breakout too, the stock is 22% above pivot, and even key moving averages are far away at
Let's
this
take
moment.
Triveni Turbine.
Yeah, thank you. So fundamentally, stock doing well, but the stock is not able to break out convincingly. That has been a major issue. Even after the last breakout, couple of times it tried, but both the time went back into the base. And even today's action closed near the day's lows. So let the stock probably reclaim its pivot. If it is able to break out this time, well on good volumes and stay in the ideal buy zone, and probably sustain there or move higher. That time we can expect a good rally happening. Someone who's holding onto the stock would have ideally exited when this ideal stop loss levels got hit. But it's good to always maintain the risk exposures in place. So fundamentally a very strong stock, and that is what even the canceling parameters are suggesting. Ideally at this moment should wait for a re-breakout. If want to think about any fresh entry into the stock. Rushit, you can take over.
Let's take one or two queries and then we close the session. Okay, so there is taken Coromandel, Craftsman Automation. Again, after breaking out from a stage 1B cup base, it was a bit volatile, where it breached its 50 200 DMA, found support very close to 200 DMA, and now it is showing some sign of accumulation. But the fundamentals are still not that intact, so give it some time. Let's see ये quarter का result कैसा आता है. If the result is good, then you can definitely have a look once the stage is formed. If you're already holding the stock, then I think recent low ये जो form हुआ है वो एक bottom formation वाला low बना है, जिस तरह से वो बना है, और एक sharp recovery आई है वहां से. So ये अगर फिर से breach हुआ तो यहाँ पे problem हो सकता है, तो you can watch out for this one as a stop loss. There is question on Vardhman Textile. So Vardhman Textile quality stock, fundamentals have been decent. थोड़ा रेवेन्यू फ्रंट में एक इंक्रीमेंटल देखना पड़ेगा ये क्वार्टर में, अगर मिल गया ओके और आउटलुक अच्छा है तो द बेस फॉर्मेशन इज वेरी आइडियल. आई थिंक इट्स अ प्रॉपर टेक्स्ट बुक बेस फॉर्मेशन. यहाँ पे लो वॉल्यूम पे पूरा बना था लेफ्ट साइड ऑफ द बेस, अगर हम इसको डिवाइड करें तो, And now there is some accumulation going on the right side of the base. You can see over here, the day closing is near, the day is low, and the volumes are high. So I think I loved this part. So एक बार यहाँ पे एक हैंडल फॉर्मेशन हो जाए या फिर एक प्रॉपर ब्रेकआउट, क्लीन ब्रेकआउट देखने को मिले, then we might see some decent rally over here. Anyways, the textile sector is in a good momentum. जो यूएस से भी वहाँ पे एक्सपोर्ट का भी काफी अट्रैक्शन है, कुछ बांग्लादेश से यहाँ पे चीजें आएगी। ठीक है, तो टेक्सटाइल सेक्टर्स में इवन द गवर्नमेंट टेक्सटाइल पार्क्स वगैरह 1-2 साल से जो प्लानिंग चल रहा है, वहाँ पे एक अच्छा इम्प्लीमेंटेशन हो रहा है। सो देर आर लॉट ऑफ टेल विंड्स ब्रॉडली फॉर द textile sectors, and VTL is a very strong player in the textile industry, so definitely will get a good benefit from the run in the textile sector. Maybe the last one, NCC, Hyundai, and then we close the session. So NCC, yeah, it's founding good support near the 200 DMA, solid stock. ठीक है, साउथ में जिस तरह से इंफ्रा ग्रोथ हो रहा है, इवन महाराष्ट्र में इसका काफी एक्सपोजर है, तो जिस तरह से इंफ्रा बढ़ रहा है, व्हाट आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट, आई थिंक दिस H2 will be very good for the infra companies. Even the next year will be good for these companies. इनका ऑर्डर बुक काफी अच्छा है, and जिस तरह से अभी लो वॉल्यूम पे कंसोलिडेशन चल रहा है, दिस इज व्हाट वी लाइक पर्सनली, कि एक लो वॉल्यूम पे फॉल होना, 50-200 डीएमए पे सपोर्ट मिलना, और जब भी बीच में भागता है तब एक थोड़ा मोमेंटम आ जाता है। और ये सब होने से पहले जब ये अपना अच्छा रन दिखा रहा था, तब एक्यूमुलेशन वाज वेरी गुड, आई थिंक द वॉल्यूम वाज हाई, सो दिस इज अ गुड साइन। तो जब भी ये एक अपॉर्चुनिटी देता है, सो एग्रेसिव ट्रेडर कैन वॉच आउट फॉर विद इन द बेस। यहाँ पे 330 के अराउंड एक ब्रेकआउट विद इन द बेस देखने को मिल सकता है। और बाकी अकॉर्डिंग टू कैंसलिंग, आई थिंक 364-365 इज आइडियल पीवट, और उसके ब्रेकआउट होने से 0 to 5% इज द आइडियल बाय जोन। अर्निंग्स मोमेंटम काफी इंप्रूव हो गया है इसका, देर इज अ वेरी सॉलिड अर्निंग मोमेंटम, सेल्स एज वेल एज द ईपीएस ग्रोथ, फंड होल्डिंग्स आर ऑल्सो इंक्रीजिंग, द ईपीएस इज सॉलिड। Okay, the relative strength was very good, but now it's consolidating along with the stock. So, and the most what I like about this is the buyer demand. The buyer demand is still intake. So this can be the part of your watch list. नीचे में एक ये 270 वाला जोन है, where it is formed a double bottom kind of structure, that should be kept as stop loss. अगर यहाँ पे ऊपर की साइड से फंसे हो, देन आई थिंक यू शुड यूज 50 और 20 और 200 डीएमएस स्टॉप लॉस। बाकी ब्रॉडली अगर रिसेंटली लिया है, देन 270, 268, 70 वाला जोन स्टॉप लॉस रख के काम कर सकते हो। ऑन द हायर साइड, एज आई टोल्ड यू, इधर एग्रेसिव एंट्री अबाउट 330 और अ प्रॉपर एंट्री पॉइंट इज 365। एंड द लास्ट क्वेरी फॉर द डे, Hyundai, and we will reach our finish line for today's session on Hyundai Motors. So it's a forming a stage one cup with handle base. So I like this initial stage basis. जो भी quality stock. So Honda is one of the quality stock in the Indian market. Take a company, I mean, not it's a recently listed stock. September quarter result was not that great, but overall the sales have been decent for Hyundai, and even the margins has been decent one. So there was a flat response to the IPO. After that, it formed a cup formation. Now it is forming a handle, and the good part is the volume is again lower while the handle is getting formed. बीच में जब यहाँ पे एक accumulation हुआ था कप बनते वक्त, ठीक है, तो ये accumulation अच्छा था। Ideally these 2-3 days should be ignored, क्योंकि वो पहले आईपीओ लिस्टिंग वाली एक आध वीक वॉलिटिलिटी रहती है। सो बट देन व्हेन द वॉल्यूम सेटल्ड, एक बाइंग में वॉल्यूम देखने को मिल रहा है, सो इट इज फॉर्मिंग अ चैनल इन हैंडल। So aggressive investor can watch out for the channel breakout within the handle. Otherwise, 1939, and yeah, this is a very good point to go for the stock. But I think here also I would prefer to wait for the Q3 result. अगर वहाँ पे एक अच्छा रिजल्ट देखने को मिलेगा, then definitely we might see some good momentum here. Okay, so that's it for today's session. We have reached our finish line with the Hyundai. See you again in the next session. But before that, tomorrow at 8:45 a.m., Rajshekhar will be live in pre-bell. So you can attend it every day at 8:45. We are live on morning. We are live on a pre-bell. So you can attend that session and you can get a decent idea. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone for joining the session. I hope it was useful to all of you. Some bit of learning for you guys, for us as well, in every session. Thank you for joining the session.